Hey everyone! Welcome! Welcome! Say hello so I know who's on. I'm gonna close my door here real quick. So that way we don't hear what's going on in the living room. Hey Beverly! How are you? I'm so excited about today's project. So excited! Wait for a couple more people to come on. Have you had a good weekend, Beverly? Hey Rhea! Hey Tracy! Hey! How are you? So, I know it's like 4 o'clock here, my time, so I think it's, 6 o'clock Eastern time. So, I know some people might be getting off work or having dinner or, messing with the kiddos, that kind of thing. So, I'm so excited about today's project. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Michelle Reed, and I am the owner and designer of MNB Creations. First of all, I want to thank Lori for inviting me to be a designer in her group. I am so honored. I have been following Lori forever. Hey Jessica, how are you? She's actually the reason why I got started in doing wreaths in the first place. So I made my first wreath just seeing if I could do it for my sister. I watched video after video after video, and 95% of them were all Lori's videos. So hey Lori, speak of the devil. I was just telling them that I've been following you forever, so I am so honored that you asked me to be a designer in the group, and I'm so excited to be here. So again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Michelle Reed. I'm the owner and designer of MNB Creations, and I've been doing this for a while. I don't even remember how long I've been doing it. It's been a long time. So today we're going to be doing something spring. So it's going to be a garden fairy. Now, one thing you have to know about my designs is I do a little over the top, a little extra. Extra's not bad, but oh, thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. So I'm very detailed. I'm very precise, and sometimes my designs can take a little bit longer to make just because of that. But if you guys need to go for any reason, you can always watch the replay. And I will tell you wherever I got everything as I'm going along, so you know where everything's coming from. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to pan you down to my table because I've already got part of my base done, because I know that is not the most favorite part to do, right? That part's a little boring, so I didn't want to sit here and do the whole wreath. So, girl, I'm so over this. I don't know when to stop putting stuff in. I think that's my nemesis. So, I'm still struggling with that, but we'll get through it. So let me get you down to my table here. I'm going to bring you guys up a little bit closer. Okay. There we go. So I always use an evergreen. Okay, so I use the 24-inch evergreens from, I always get mine from Hobby Lobby. I like theirs the best. Any of these designs I do on evergreen, you can also do on a work wreath form as well. That's actually what I started doing before I moved to evergreens. But what I do with mine is I make mine oval. For one reason, sometimes you can make these look like a swag when you make them oval. Two is that these actually fit in the box better when they're oval. Okay, because when I put them in a box to ship, I don't put it straight in the box. I put it diagonal. It fits better in the box when you put it in diagonal. So I use a 24 by 24 by 10 box. If I've got something that's got like a mannequin head in it, I may use a 24 by 24 by 12. Sometimes I will use a 26 by 26 by 10, but it depends on the design. But most of the time I'm using a 24 by 24 by 10 box. And I actually get mine on Amazon. I found that they're cheaper than Uline. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and keep continuing with this. So I am going to be using an iridescent white. All of my mesh I got from Craft Outlet, and I'm using kind of a burlap and a cream color to kind of offset all of the color, because we are going to be doing spring. I love this. This is my favorite mesh ever. I got this from Craft Outlet. Like I said, it's all from Craft Outlet, but look at all that color. Woo! I use this for a lot of different designs. I mean, you could do it for Halloween, you can use it for Valentine's Day. Spring obviously is very popular. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Well, with shipping, they're about the same price basically as Uline, but the shipping, you get free shipping with Amazon, and the shipping on Uline is like 40, I don't know, it differs, but last time I paid it was like 40 bucks. So you're actually saving for like 40 bucks extra for paying free shipping on Amazon, even though the boxes are about the same. So, just a little tidbit of info. So what I do is I don't measure anything. You'll find that out with me as well. But I will measure for you guys since I know you guys are learning. So what I do, and I'll show you on the next one too, is I lift it up to where it's about right here to my shoulder, okay, and then I cut it. And so that ends up being about 18 inches. So anywhere from 18 to 20 inches would be perfect. And I just put it up against my chest like this, and I roll in the ends and scrunch it. Okay, looks just like that. Then I just find my tie. It's usually about maybe an inch or two to the next one over. Just turn it a couple times. Hey, Susan! Susan and I started about the same time. Hi, girl. Hey. Okay, so again, you want to... If I'm ever going too fast, just let me know. Like I said, my designs tend to be a little bit, they take a little bit longer than some people. I have tried doing a wreath under an hour, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay, so what you want to do is pull it up like this. See how my hand is right level with my shoulder, and then you just cut it. So there's no measuring. This is a good way to use leftover mesh. So two of these rolls, actually, the white and the colored one are leftover rolls from another design. Lori, do you want me to put the links in the video when I upload it to Vimeo, or how do you want me to do that for the supplies? I don't know how you guys usually do that. So I'm just starting at the bottom, pulling two ties apart, scrunching it in there. Now I go, instead of going sideways like this, I go up and down. You're going to use less mesh that way, and when you do that and go to the top, it's going to fill in the middle, okay? So that way you're not, if you do it sideways, you're going to end up doing 3 rows instead of 2. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, we tried doing it on the Vimeo on my Mevo, and for some reason it comes up that it wants me to pay for Streamlabs. So I don't know when I do the multi-streaming. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out later. Hey Carolyn, how are you? Thanks for coming. Okay, so that's all you have to do. So it's kind of like a cruffle. But I just don't measure anything. That's all. Okay. So I usually use anywhere from 3 to 5, depending on the design, different colors of mesh. I rarely use just 2 colors. But this, if you use just 2 color, you know, just like, let's say white and then all this color can kind of be a little overbearing. Thank you, Lori. So it's all about balance. So the way I see it is, if you've got a light colored attachment, like I do, and you are using, you know, bright colors for a pop of color, you want to use less of it because it can be a little overpowering. I say, you know, like dark colors like dark blue, dark purple, the darker shades can be really bold, so you want to use them sparingly, or they will overpower. Pastels, you can usually use a lot of those. If you are using a lot of color, this natural will actually offset it. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, so that is one row down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, Casey contacted me, but I was 30 minutes from my live, and I'm like, I'm getting ready for my live! We'll get it figured out. So where's everybody from? I'm here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we are having a huge windstorm today. I don't know about you guys, but have you guys gotten any snow yet? Are you in an area that gets snow? Okay. See, then I just go up to the top. There's no precise, just kind of sometimes pull your ties out from underneath. There's no precise measurements of how far you go, but see how that's already going across like that? Once you go all the way around, this will all be filled in. And then I'm going to show you how to make a crossbar. Yes! I love crazy whimsical things. One thing that you have to remember with wreaths, sorry, the wind's been blowing today and my allergies are kicking up. The more unique you can be, the more you're going to catch the attention of potential customers. I don't do the same wreath over and over again. I don't do what everybody else is doing. I come up with whatever pops in my head. Sometimes that's crazy, sometimes it's the same. People are like, what? What? Plus I also make my own attachments too, so which also helps. You'll get there, Carolyn. Practice makes perfect, girl. Practice makes perfect. Okay. This one. I would say that when you're doing a mesh, that you don't want two of the same colors next to each other if you're going to have a lot of mesh showing. Now, I stuff my wreaths full, so you won't see a lot of mesh. So that may not be too important, but if you are a wreath maker that likes to have a lot of mesh showing, you want to make sure that it's all evenly balanced. Yes. The more you practice, the better you get at it. And you know, if you don't like it, just take it apart and redo it. It's not a big deal. Okay. Alright. So we're getting there. I usually have this part all done, but I was running a little late today because I was making the wings to go with our attachment. And I was going to do it yesterday, but you know, sometimes you just get to those days where you're like, I just don't want to. Honestly, I just don't want to. Don't get me wrong, I love crafting. I could be in here 24/7, but sometimes you just need to step away and take a break. Hey Brenda, how are you? So, does anybody in here also make attachments? Us crafty people? All of us are crafty people. So I do both. I actually have 3 different shops, and it is a lot of work, but it's worth it. I make my own attachments, so I do sell attachments in my shop. And what is going on with these ties, people? Oh, well, I kind of spread apart really wide. So I started doing that because I was making my own attachments. I'm like, I wonder if I could sell these. Yeah, I did so much business in my attachments, I had a hard time getting to where I could make my wreaths. So I took a break doing that for a while, doing attachments, and now I'm back at it. But sometimes, you know, if you don't know, if you've got an image in your head, right, and you can't find what you're looking for, my motto is, if you can't find it, make it. Girl, that's a workout right there, Susan. I'm just saying. No gym membership needed. Just clean your craft room, right? You guys don't even want to see my craft room. It's a mess. It's a mess. But you know what's funny? When I clean it, I can't find anything. I just can't. Isn't that funny how that works? You're like, oh, where did I put this? So yeah, I know there's a lot of attachment makers out there. I know since I started doing wreaths, there hardly wasn't anybody making attachments, but now there's a lot. So the market is, I wouldn't say it's really flooded, but there's a lot out there. So that's another thing with attachments, is you've got to be really different. Almost done. We're getting there. I don't want that phone on the floor. Well, Lori, I hope you're feeling better. Migraines are no joke, girl. I get them. I used to get them all the time. In fact, when I was a teenager, my mom used to have to come get me from school, because they would just make me nauseous, and they had to put blackout shades in my room because I couldn't have any sound, I couldn't have any bright lights. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. Honestly, it took me 2 days working 12 hours, and I was exhausted. Yeah, sometimes you just got to take that break, you know. You gotta take some time for you. It's important. You and the family, because your family needs you too. So family time is important. Okay, I think we need just a couple more. And then I'm going to make what's called crossbars in the back, because the attachment that we have is a pretty big attachment, and I want it to be able to be secure in the wreath. Okay, and then one more of these. I'm sorry, you guys. Those migraines, they're horrible. Horrible. Alright, there we go. So see how when you do it up this way, it fills in the middle. Now I know there's a lot of greenery right here, but trust me, when I put the attachment on here, you're not going to see any of that. You won't. So what I mean by crossbars, okay, is I'm going to get 4 pipe cleaners. Okay, and I'm going to cut 2 in half. And you want to take, actually I didn't need that many. So just 3 pipe cleaners would be good. And you cut 1 in half. Or 2 in half. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you need 2 pipe cleaners and then cut 1 in half. Because all you have to do is put it like this to the side and wrap it around itself. You had to go to work. Girl, I don't know. I do not miss that. Do not miss it. Okay, and then you just want to go to this top bar right here. Put your pipe cleaner, the end of it, underneath it, and wrap it around at the end. Okay, I'll put some of this back down here. Okay. Do the same here. Go straight across. Now sometimes when you squish it together, sometimes these will pop. Okay, so what I usually do, like this one down here kind of popped, and I just took some ties and wrapped it around, and it's fine. Okay. Okay, do the same thing down here. Now I got about, I'm going to put some glue right there, just so they don't move around. I go down about 1/4 away from the bottom, do the same thing. This is just going to give you an extra tying point, okay, just an extra place to be able to attach your sign or attachment or whatever you're putting on there. Hold on. Get on this side. Come on. There we go. And just pull it tight. Alright. Sometimes I have to get out of my live and go back in because my comments will stop, and it's like nobody's commenting. Well, that's because they stopped. Alright, so I'm going to put these on the floor. Alright, so I'm going to show you what we're making here with this attachment. Okay, so these are the fairy wings. These are the ones I made today. Aren't they amazing? I love them. With rhinestones. Bling, bling, bling. You'll get to know me that I am like the bling queen. I love anything sparkly. My husband calls me a raccoon. Because I like anything sparkly. Okay, so the other attachment we're going to be putting on here is this large fairy. Now this fairy came from Originals by JAH. She had these for sale a while ago. You might still see them on her page. You'll have to go check and see if she still has them. And then I've got a crown to put on her head. One thing with wigs like this, their hair likes to stick to the mesh, so you kind of have to get it all, like, I'm going to move this to the front. Okay, and I want to see where I want to put her. So actually that's perfect. I want this wing here, because the wing is going to go about right behind her neck. Okay. Okay, so I've got 3 tabs on the back, and I'm going to do white. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one in half, just to add a little extra length to them. I'm going to start with this tab first. So what'll happen is it'll probably lift up, which is why I've got these down. Okay, just put this in here. And I usually just twist it. Okay, so put this like here. So her neck is not very wide. It's only about that wide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this right down in here. Let's see. There's actually right where the crossbar is at. How that worked out well, right? Sometimes you just gotta feel your way around. Okay. Hey, darling. I'm going to wait until I put the fairy on and see if I need to use this one. I may not need to use this one down here, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to have to use that one. Okay. Now, you don't have to stuff yours as full as I do. I mean, you can, we're going to be stuffing this full of flowers because after all, she is a garden fairy, right? So, but I mean, you can do yours a lot more simple. I just like my wreaths really, really full and just kind of over the top. So, let's see, there we go. And I do have these wings in my shop, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to, she's got some pipe cleaners back here. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to cut this one in half and add it. Hold on. I have to fix this. She just fell on the floor. Holy cow. Okay. I love her attachments. They're so awesome. Okay, I'm going to put that one behind her ear. There we go. Okay, let me try that again. I'm just putting extra pipe cleaners on the back. She's got pipe cleaners on here, but I'm going to put extra just to add a little extra oomph, you know. Let's see if I can do this on the table because she's wanting to slide off my chair. There we go. Okay, see, I'm just adding a little extra. Okay. No, one thing you can do, I mean, you don't have to, you can even do this wreath with just the fairy wings. You don't even have to put an attachment in the middle. So, you know, it's your wreath, make it your own. One thing that I do, you can even use some of those Christmas elves that you can get from Hobby, that Hobby Lobby had. And, let's see her, because she's got tabs back here too. So like I've got a pink fairy, I'm sorry, a pink elf and like a white and silver elf, and that would be perfect for one of these, the little ones. Well, even the big ones will work. Any of the elves would work, so you could use those. I have like one of those Mark Roberts fairies, or is it Raz? Is it Raz or Mark Roberts? One of the two. I don't remember. I think they're Mark Roberts. One of their fairies, and I've used even those for, and made them, put them in the middle of these wings as well. So you just use your imagination. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fix her hair when we have her on there. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to kind of split this in two, because you want to kind of bring her hair to the front. Because like I said, this hair likes to get stuck on, see, I'm just holding it like that. It likes to get stuck on the mesh. Alright, so we're just going to put her right here. Okay. I'm going to go right down. You definitely want to position it before you tie it. Where'd I go? Come on. It's getting mixed in with the rest of it. There it is. Okay. If you guys have any questions, let me know as we're going along. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. Okay, so I'm just going straight down. Because I don't design on my desk. I just don't. I can't. I tried doing that and I couldn't get everything even. Where did it go? Oh, come on. Sometimes these like to give me a fit, you know? I gotta feel for it. There we go. Got it. I win. Alright. So she's in. Isn't she pretty? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to get my easel. I'm going to put you guys up and back a little bit. Okay. Because I'm going to put you on my easel. I'm not putting you on my easel, I'm putting her on my easel. So, this is one of my favorite tools. Okay, this is actually just an artist easel, like a painter's easel. It's a desktop one that I got from Hobby Lobby. And the only thing that I did to it is I took this tray right here off because it kept, my wreath was sticking out and it kept bouncing around all over the place. But I put this hook on it. Okay? And I just got that from Walmart. And my husband put that on there for me. But the reason why I love this is because this piece right here goes back and forth, and it goes up and down, which I'm going to have to probably, see this part right here will go up. Okay, come on. There we go. fun, right? Love it. Then I'm going to put her on here. She's a hot mess, y'all. Just saying. Now, if you need to, and you know, you can always add hairspray to her hair. Pretty. She's pretty. Oh, you know what I forgot to add? Forgot to add her crown. Adding her crown. Let's see right here. I wonder. I may have to add that later. But I have a crown for her. This was just a regular, it was actual a whole crown, and I cut it in half and just kind of stretched it out. But I forgot to put that on before I put her on the easel. She really needs to be laying down on the table. Now, I mean, actually, we have to put that down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so one thing I do with this easel, because sometimes I do like to still kind of flop around like that, is I just take my ties. And let me see, I can get a longer one. Here we go. And tie it to the easel. It's on here. Here. No, she's not going to go anywhere. See? She's not going nowhere. Isn't she pretty? Okay, I'll make sure you guys have a good angle. Alright. So, the next thing I usually do is I usually put in my ribbon next. Since she is a big attachment, I'm just going to be putting tails in here. Maybe a small bow right here. And then the rest are kind of going to be tails. So I do my bows by hand, but you could also do these any of your bows on a bow maker. I don't use a bow maker anymore because I can have more control over it with my hands. But I'm going to be using 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to be using 5 different ribbons. So I'll use anywhere from 2 to 5 ribbons. It just depends on what I'm doing. Okay, so this one is a fair silk ribbon. It's hard to see, but it's got the, see, you can kind of see it now. It's got the pink and the cream and the blue in it. Love that. I'm going to use some white glitter that is from Sam's a couple years ago. I'm going to use some blue, it's like a Robinades blue from Craft Outlet, and I'll give you the numbers as we're using it. And this is a lavender Dupioni from Paper Mart. And this is a mint from Craft Outlet. Okay. Bear with me, I gotta get a drink. Isn't she pretty? I really want to put her crown on. And evidently I gotta hold my lip. Okay. What I'll probably do is once we're done with her, I'll go ahead and just put the crown on, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright, so I'm going to start with this 2.5 inch first. I'm just going to do a small bow with this. Now, depending on your ribbon, see, this is pretty together. Sometimes the ends will be separated, so when it does that, a lot of times it will fray. Sorry. And so I usually just fold it in like this and glue it. But this one's okay, so I'm just going to kind of dovetail this one. This is a pretty, fair silk ribbon. It's a pretty heavy duty ribbon. Sometimes I use a lot of D. Stevens and a lot of fair silk. I usually have one premium ribbon in each design. Okay, so I'm going to start with my tail. So again, like I said, I don't measure anything, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to measure for you guys so you know what the measurements are. But this tail, it's about 9 inches long. I guess it helps if I have my spectacles on. Okay, get it nice long. Okay, then I bring up a loop like this, and my loops are usually about, just want to pinch it, okay? My loops are usually about 7 to 8 inches long, okay? So then you want to take this tail and twist it towards you so it looks like this. And then you want to twist this. Okay, so the pretty side is underneath, and then you want to just take this and lift and pull it up to make another loop. Okay, do the bunny ear test and make sure it's okay, and then again I just cut it out. Okay, so I think this one is going to go over this side. It's going to be like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take some, let's see, you know, I don't know if I want to use the white. We already got a lot of white going on right here. So I think I'm going to use, since we've got the pink, the cream, and the blue in here already, I'm going to use some of the lavender. You know, I bring out ribbons, and sometimes I don't use them all. Sometimes I do. It just depends on, so I'm going to put up a tail like this, and this is probably, let's see, about 6 inches, 6 to 6.5 inches long. Okay, so I'm just going to make a long tail like this and cut it. And I'm going to take the mint and I'm just going to do one like this. I'm going to twist it, and I'm just going to make a little loop right here. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah. Okay. So you got more tails than you have loops, but I like it that way. It makes it real whimsical and just like that. Okay. Now, I don't use pipe cleaners or zip ties or anything in my evergreens because I use the ties to do the work for me. So all I do is I take it that's pinched and I find a tie right up here. Okay. And I'm just going to put this right in the tie and twist it. Okay. I forgot to give you the numbers for the, hold on, let me do that. Okay. So, this mint, the number is RG0196414. It's a 1.5 inch, 10 yards. This one on Paper Mart, that's got a little long and crazy on me, is 579-11586. And then this Fair Silk, I actually got this from Karen's Crafty Design. She had all her Fair Silk on at 50% off, but this is a Sedona Checks, and it's RK359-33. Now, if you have a Fair Silk account, you can buy them directly from Fair Silk. However, with Fair Silk, you usually have to buy 6 rolls at a time because they are wholesale. But you can probably find this, like I said, at Crafty Karen Designs, if she has any left, or somebody else on Etsy always carries Fair Silk. Okay, so I'm going to dovetail this. So you just want to go wire to wire, cut up at an angle. Okay, dovetail these. And dovetail this one. This one. And this one. Okay. There we go. Okay. And there's our bow. There we go. I'll show her hair back down there. I'm real particular. Glue webs are my nemesis, you guys. Hate them. Hey, Dawn. Hey, how are you? Okay. And I'll show you how to fix her hair to where it makes more curls. Because right now it's kind of a hot mess, right? Right. It's just a hot mess. I'm just going to put her bangs right behind here. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to do some tails. I'm going to do some down at the bottom. So I usually make my main tail at about 17 inches. Okay. Dovetail it. And you know what? I may just use the purple and the mint in it because it's got the other colors in this pot, so I probably won't even use that blue. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of this purple, lavender, what do you want to call it? Are you getting excited, Dawn, to go out and help Susan? Okay, and then we dovetail it. Okay. And also, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but I just made a bunny butt bow. A butt honey. Bunny honey. And I do have that in my shop too. It turned out really cute. So what I do is I go from the top, go straight down, and find a tie. Come on. There we go. Let me just twist it. Just like that. And I'm going to take this again, the same thing, only I'm going to make this one probably about 16 inches. I do the ones at the bottom a little bit longer, just it gives it some extra length. But I like my tails on one side a little bit shorter than the other side, because it gives it some more dimension. Okay. And then I'll do the mint with this one. I love this mint. I bought like 5 rolls of it. I went a little crazy with the mint. What can I say? You know how us crafters are. We're like, oh, I have to have all of it because if I go back and try to get it, it's going to be gone. Right? Yes, that's not what I'd end up doing. Okay. So I end up scrunching it. Okay. See how it's a little bit shorter on one side than the other? But actually I need to go up this way. There we go. Okay, and just find the ties up here. So you guys, so sometimes especially if it's a floppy ribbon, this is not. This Fair Silk is just like really heavy duty ribbon. It's almost like denim, like a feel of denim. You can push your tie down and it'll help it stick up. Okay. So I'm going to do some more tails, but I think I'm going to do some of the mints and the, you know what, I'm going to dovetail this. I'm gonna take some mint or some lavender. Sorry, my dog's barking. So I'm gonna take this one and do a tail with that one. Like I said, my tails are usually about 6 to 7 inches long. Okay. Then I'm going to take this one and kind of crisscross it. And make a loop. I'm going to cascade this down the side. Okay. I'm going to put this like right here. Now that if you see that you're seeing a lot of green, go ahead and add some more mesh. Okay. Actually, I want that up. No, that's fine. Do I want it up further? Let me take this one over like that. So when you're cascading your ribbon, okay, you want to just kind of pull it, let your hand slide underneath it, and then just kind of pull it down this way, okay? So that way you know you're not pulling it too tight. You don't want it flat down like this. Let me see if you can see it. Okay, and just kind of keep your hand out like this. Okay, I'm going to pinch it and put right here and it's high. There we go. Okay, there's that side. Then I just want to put some, it's pretty right there. I think I just want to put some tails right. Well, we can cascade some more. So, okay, dovetail it. And now this is really bright. Hold on. I'm just seeing that. I'm like, why is that so bright? No. There. It's like, holy cow, why is it so bright? Okay. So I'm going to just take these, pinch it. And I'm going to kind of go find your ties right here. Okay. Okay. You can do a double loop, which I may just do. Okay. Like that. Okay. You guys having fun? So then what I do at this point is I want to kind of see where this is hanging. I like them to be about the same length. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's our ribbon. Da. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna actually put some tails right here. You can see I don't measure anything. I don't measure anything. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time, so I know how long I want it. If it ends up being too long, then honestly, I just cut them. I'm just going to stick it right here where this is already tied in. I'm just going to take another tie instead of untying that one and put this in. Okay. And untail this one. Untail this one. And pull this out to the side. Okay. I'm going to do the purple this way. There we go. Alright. So that's our ribbon. Let's put some of this away so I have some room on my table. What do you guys think? When I start putting the flowers and stuff in, I'll move you guys a little closer. I want to do out a little bit further so you can see how I make the bows, if you wanted to try to do them by hand. What I might do is I might just make a little tutorial that's slower that shows you how to do it in detail, if you guys would want that. Okay. Alright, so let me kind of get rid of this. Okay, so let me kind of move you in. I'm gonna put you over here, sorry. Alright. So, big. She's big. She's big. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with some greenery. It depends on the project I'm doing, whether I start with greenery first or the flowers first. Sometimes if I'm doing a design that has bigger flowers in it, like roses or something like that, I may do that first so I can place them and then kind of fill in the greenery around it. So it just depends. I love this greenery. I got this at Jam Designs and Supplies, and the number on this is 82587. Drink. I love it because it's got different kinds of greenery in it. Sorry guys, you probably hear my TV. I've got my door shut, but my living room is right there and the TV is right up against the wall, so. Okay. Isn't she pretty? Okay. So, alright, let me see how we can separate this. Okay, I'm just trying to see how it gets separated. Okay, so it looks like you can separate it in 3 different places. So this down here, the bottom, I may even separate that one even more. And right here and right here. Okay. Now a lot of times with some of these, they will kind of come apart like this. So I just take an extra pipe cleaner, like a leftover pipe cleaner, and wrap it around the bottom so it just holds together. I'm going to kind of get these to fluff out. Square start every time I go live. Okay, there we go. Oh, alright. Evidently there's something outside that my dog sees. Alright, so I've got my stool here because I'm vertically challenged. I'm tiny. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right behind the ribbon. Just like that. Where is she barking at? Hold on. Sorry, I don't know why she's barking and he's not making her stop, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So what I usually do is I usually start at the top and then go all the way around. She finally stopped. There. So this one's whole. You want to spread out your greenery, make them a little airy, because plants aren't stuck together, right? Okay, I'm actually going to put this one at the bottom because it's longer. This will give us some length. I do have a glue pot, but I'm always so afraid that when I use it, I'm going to knock it off the table and glue is going to go everywhere. And my table is not that big, so I'd rather not risk it. Okay, let's see. I think I can split this into... Yep. Alright, so I'm going to split this one as well. Okay. And take that off. Okay. I think with this, I'm going to go ahead and take these. I'm going to kind of cut this down a little bit because I don't need it so tall. When you cut greenery, you want to cut it right here at the base where it kind of makes that little, where it meets the other. Okay, so that way you can't see the branch. And then I'm gonna, because that was a little too long, so I'm gonna add these in with it. Why am my nose running? Sorry. I'm gonna cut that down just a tad. Okay. Let's see. Let's stick this one like right here. I need to cut those little wires off the end. There we go. Okay, just like that. And then I'll take these and put some glue on these and add that with it. Okay. I'm going to take this one and let's see, I'll put it right here. There we go. That is actually a little... There we go. I'm going to cut that down just a bit. Okay. Okay, so I got that there. So I got 3 of these. like a little while. There we go. Okay. So, again, I'm going to cut this one down. And put that one over there. And this apart like that. And then just cut this one. So I can get 4 pieces out of one spray. Okay. Okay then. Alright, so this one, I think I'm going to put like right in here. So if you are not used to working with florals, one thing you can do, sorry, I know my head's in the way, but I can't see, there we go, is you can get some like Dollar Tree florals and practice with those. That way you're not spending a bunch of money on florals, more expensive florals. It's a good way to practice. I know it's black, but I'm going to use it anyway. Okay. Now if you've got a pick machine, which I do, I just haven't brought it out, you can use a pick machine for this too. But I find that pipe cleaners work just as good. You just want to make sure you get glue on both sides. Evidently my dog is feeling better today. Yeah, my husband had to take the dog to the vet today because she was not feeling very well. So she's got antibiotics in her and she's evidently feeling better. I'm just saying it. Okay. I'm gonna stick those in there like that. Okay. Then I can take this on the back maybe. Okay. I'll put this one. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, I'm going to stick this one like right back here. I want to make sure you guys can see. Okay. Get this one like right back in here. Okay. There we go. And this one right above the loop that we did. Okay. Like that. Okay, got one more. I may not even need to use the whole thing. Let's see. So what I might do is I might take some of it and cut it down even more and spread it around. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to step on that, you watch. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this one down a little bit. Because it's just too long. And I don't want to waste it. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I think the longest time for me to make a wreath is putting in the mesh and putting the ribbon in. But once I start putting the florals in, it usually goes pretty fast. I just put a lot in. But, you know, I can't help it. Alright, let's see. This one. Right here. You'll find I mess with my ribbons a lot, so. Okay. So where are y'all from? Has anybody gotten any snow yet? Do you live in an area where you get snow? We got some snow on, was it Sunday? Saturday? It was one of the days this weekend. Okay, let's see, I need one like right down here to kind of match here, and then I can kind of spring in the rest. Okay. Usually these sprays don't come apart like that so easily, but there's always a will and there's always a way. So I am going to use all three. Okay, so I don't want to get glue in her hair. There we go. There. Okay, it's a good start. I'm just gonna kind of care. I don't really care for that. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of break this down even more. Okay. I'm just gonna cut them down all to where they're. Now this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here in the split because it's a little long and I don't want it that long. Okay. So now you want to make sure you've got some on the inside as well. You don't want to forget about the inside. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one like right in here. Okay. And I'm going to stick this one right here. I like to put stuff in my bows as well. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Let's cut it right here. So that way I've got 2 on one and 3 on the other. Okay. I need some more like right here. Okay. And put one right here. Okay. And got some little ones. So I'm going to put this one. You want to just look at where your holes are and kind of stick them in there. I mean, if you're not sure, just step back, take a look at it. I do want one, this little one. I don't throw anything away, so I just use everything. Okay, right there. And I'm going to put this one over here. And this one is going to go right over here. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I know I gotta kind of go a little fast, but let's see if I can bend that. There we go. Kind of bend that one a little bit. And I think I want this little one right in here. Right there. She's starting to look like a garden fairy. Alright, so let's get some flowies. I do have some peonies. Let's see. Love these. These are also from Jam Design and Supplies. Let's see, this one is 20137-PK. If she does not have these, Walmart, Amazon carries the peonies as well. But these are pushers. I don't think I'm going to use, I don't know, we'll see how the greenery goes on this. I have other greenery, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this green, I'm not going to use the leaves on this one. I'm going to put this one right here. I put it around the base as well. Kind of move this out of the way. There we go, right there. And I don't really care for these leaves, honestly. Let's see what I want. Another one. I want one down here at the bottom. And I usually kind of bend it up a little bit, like this. That way when I stick it up in here, it's facing outward and not facing down. Okay. So I'm going to hold it by the flower and just kind of keep it right up in there. Right, one there, one there. Let's put one right over there. I'm only going to use 3. You can get a lot out of this bush, y'all. Just saying. I've only used 3 and I still have this many. This many. Okay, let's see where I want this one. I think I want this one. If you're not sure, place them first. No. I want this one right here. Okay. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Okay. There we go. You just kind of have to move stuff around a little bit. There. So I got 3 big flowers. Now, I got some of this I want to put in there. This came from a Bam Wreaths. And the number 63428. So I'm just going to start with one. I'm going to clear my table here. Okay. Let me get a drink. Talia, how are y'all doing? You hanging with me? I know it's a lot. It can be intimidating, but just practice with it. Like I said, if you're not used to working with a lot of florals, I put flowers in every wreath I do. I mean, it's a wreath, so to me, I like the wreaths that I make with the flowers in it, but it's your design. You could put a little bit of greenery and make it yours. Okay. Like I said, you don't even have to put this big attachment in the middle. I want to see the other wing. Oh, just took that out. There we go. There we go. I don't think I'm going to need to. I am going to kind of glue this though once I get it settled. Actually, let's do it right now. Just gonna put that there for right now so it doesn't move. Okay. Alright, so again, this one is from Bam Wreath. Okay, let's see here. So I got 3 of these. So what I usually do with the top one is I usually kind of bend it down. I'm also gonna snip it because I need to see where the other ones. Okay. Okay, like that. And like that. Okay, so I can get 4 pieces out of it. Again, this is going to be another one where I'm going to need to get some pipe cleaners. Okay. And then you want to make sure you're pulling them apart so they're kind of airy. You want to make them airy. Kind of like that. Okay? Because that's what's going to give the whimsy look in your wreath. Okay, I think this one, nope. Okay. They're all the stems are wired, so it's really easy to maneuver that around. Okay. Alright, so I got 4 out of 1. So I'm gonna start putting some on these 2 sides. I'm gonna need to get my stool again. So I'm gonna start on the right hand side. Kind of sticks it right here. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna stick this one over on the other side. Just like that. Okay. After all, she is a garden fairy. Okay. So I'm going to put one like right kind of behind this wing. Right in here. Okay. And then I'm going to stick another one like right up underneath here. Come on, get in there. There we go. I kind of shove it in there sometimes. Pull them forward. Okay. And another one. See, my wreaths are so big. So big. But I like them that way. My customers like them that way. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of split this. Pull this one out. Cut it. Okay. And pull this one this way. Pull this And this way. It goes over here. You can kind of see where they pull apart. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. You guys are quiet. Are you guys always this quiet? Thank you, Lori. Oh, see? Sorry. I didn't know you guys were making comments. I had to get out of my live and get back in because it was not showing my comments. Oh, Facebook. Susan, you're funny. Oh, I went all over the carpet. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. I do unique. I don't like doing the same. I've always been that way. Even as a kid, in high school and all that, I hated doing the same thing everybody else did. I hated dressing like everyone else. I don't know. I've just always been that way. So now I can see your comments. Thank you, Lori. I'm like, why does everyone... I'm like, you guys are really quiet. Well, it's because I'm not seeing the comments. So I apologize for that. I did not know that you guys were making comments. I apologize. Okay. So this one, seeing how it's a little long, I'm going to put this one... See how it kind of drapes down like that? I'm going to put this one down here at the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I've already got it. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of lift this up and stick it right up underneath. Actually, I want this on top. I want this on top because I can't, once I put it underneath the leaves, I can't see it. There we go. Kind of intertwine some of these leaves. There we go. Okay. So got one there. I want to put one right here. Well, now that I know, ouch, Facebook is not playing nice. Okay. Then, I'm like the queen of burning myself. I've done it so many times that my skin's like, yeah, whatever. It's like, whatever. I know. I know it, Susan. You're such a goofball. Love you, girl. Susan was making me laugh the other day so hard. Okay. Okay, so I think we're going to need all. I brought 4, but I think I'm only going to need 3. But I love the little pop of yellow in it. Okay, so I'm going to put one over here. Hopefully I don't fall. Okay, I'm just going to stick this one like right back here. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm kind of sticking them in between the greenery. So I do greenery, I either do, depending on the greenery, I'll do one at the top and maybe 3 on the side. If they're smaller, maybe 4. And then put the florals in between so it looks like it's kind of all mixed in together. So So that's just my recipe. Oh, thank you, Susan. It's magical. Alright, so I'm going to stick one right back in here. Again, you don't want to forget the sides. Okay. If they're sticking too far back, they're wired, so you can pull them forward. Okay, let's get this one, and I think this one will be enough. I got some tulips to put in here too. I thought that would be pretty. I had bought a bunch of tulips from Michael's last year. Does anybody know? I haven't been to Michael's yet. Does Michael's have their tulips out yet? Y'all, those hearts from Walmart are just insane. I mean, they're already sold out of the little ones. They don't even have them online. That's good. I bought like 2 sets of them when they were there. I'm glad I did. Holy cow. I told the lady, I said, I'm just waiting for your bunnies. Your flocked bunnies. She laughed. Okay, so I got that one, this one. And I'm gonna do, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one. You know, I do not worry about the ribbon or anything like that until the very end, so, because it's all going to get messed up. It gets jacked up. I don't know. See how fluffy that is? Alright, so we got some up there. Let's see. This one, like, right here. Okay. And let's see. Cut this one and cut this one. This does not want to cooperate. I win. Do you ever play that I win game with your stuff? They don't want to cooperate, so you have to force it sometime. I win. Oh. Okay. Alright. Let's see, I'm gonna cut 3 on here. I think that'll be good. So the way I do this is I put all the the airy stuff on the outside, maybe a little bit on the inside if I have enough, and then I put the smaller flowers on the inside. Like we're going to put some tulips in here that's kind of a pink and a yellow color. I love those. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, get a little airy. Okay. Just like that. Some of those smaller ones I can kind of put in the middle, like I can kind of put some here. I need something over there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this smaller one. We're almost done, you guys, I promise. See what I mean about it being so... Holy cow. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put some glue here and on the front. I don't want that coming undone. I'm going to stick it right back in here. Oh God, here we go. There. Okay, that's better. And then this one, I'm going to kind of bend down just a tad. So it's kind of like that. And And stick this one like right up in here. Okay. Like that. Isn't that pretty? It's magical. It's magical. Sorry, I got a little carried away. Okay. So take, since I'm just the little one, I'm going to take these, just put some glue on them. I'm not going to wrap them. Okay, I'm just going to stick these like right in here. Just shove it in there. There we go. And I think I'm going to kind of spread this one apart, kind of take it apart a little bit. That way I can kind of spread it around the middle a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put some like right here. Let's see, right in here. Okay, right there. And I'm going to put these one at the top. I'm going to have just a little bit of flowers at the top. Okay. And then we're done with the wildflowers. I brought in a bunch of other stuff too, but you know, I'm one of those designers that I bring in a lot of stuff, but I don't always use it. Because I have an idea of what it looks like in my head. Thank you, Tracy. I got all night. That's the beautiful thing about a replay, right? You just get bored with me talking, you can always watch the replay. Okay, I have some of these. These would be really pretty too in here. These are from Craft Outlet. I'm looking for this one in here. Let's see. I've got some of the blue with the purple 60919. I was going to put some of that on there, but I'm gonna see if this one has it. This one doesn't have a little thing on it either, but look at that. It's got the blue and the purple and the yellow. Again, these are from Craft Outlet. Just type in wildflowers and those should come up. So let's put in, I think what we're going to do is, I'm just going to put in some tulips and then call it. These are like my favorite tulips. I love Michael's tulips. I have a whole bunch of them. Alright. I love how they're pushers. I'm going to put these over here. I don't always do elaborate designs like this, you guys. I don't. I mean, not all of them are like this. I do some simple ones as well. So I'm not gonna like overwhelm you guys with. I don't want you to think I do these all the time, you know. But I'll do some with. Honestly, I rarely do wreaths with signs. I don't know. It depends. I guess it's just my customer base. They don't really buy the wreaths with signs. I just don't. Okay, so I'm gonna take one that's got like. Let's see. I want this one right up here, right above her head. But I do centerpieces, I do lantern swags. One thing I don't do a lot of is garland. The only reason why is because I don't have the space for them. So I've done one garland. I know how to do them. I just don't. They're huge, and I don't have the space for them. Once I get my craft studio, whenever that may be. I will start doing them, but okay, you're just kind of looking for some holes. I need my little stool. I'm going to put some back here. touching the glue. One. There we go. Okay. And you could use whatever colors you want in here. Okay, I don't know why my nose is funny today. Alright, I'm going to take this one. See how once you start putting flowers on the inside, it totally changes it. Okay. We're almost done. Once I put these tulips in, we're done. Okay. And I leave my stems fairly long just because I don't know where they're going to end up going. And I don't want them shoved up in there. Let's see. Put one like right over in here. I need to use one more. So that would be just 2 tulip bushes. That one doesn't even have one on it. One thing about Michael's tulips is their flowers come off so easy. It's like I didn't even know there was not one on there. You know, thank you, Carol. Is it Carol or Carol Ann? You go by Carol Ann? I see this one doesn't have, this one's missing one, so I'll just cut that off. Alright, let's see here. I think I might put this one down here at the bottom, since it's only got 2 of them on there. Okay, just like that. Alright, let's see. I'm going to put another one. I'm going to cut this down just a tad. I'm going to put one down like right in here. Okay. So that means I want to put one over here. I'm going to cut that down just a tad. Caroline, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm going to put this one like right here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put one of these at the top. I'm going to leave my stem a little long. Not that long, but a little long. Because I want it sticking up. I don't want it shoved down in there. Kind of hard to see. There we go. Her hair is like go down in there. Come on. There we go. One thing I use, I do use hairspray with wigs and stuff just so they stay. Now, let's see. I think I want one up there. I think I want another one right down here. And we'll be done. Okay, let's see. Right here. Come on, go in there. Okay, like that. And we're going to put one right here. There we go. Ouch. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to put a little bit of glue behind her wings, just where it's touching the mesh. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but okay, because I don't want them to go anywhere. Once that dries, that should not go anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. This, for one, needs to be taken off. So those, when you get a tiara or a crown, it comes with these little loops to be able to put your bobby pins in. So you just cut that out. Now, one tool that I do use, I love these. Love these. See how it's curved like that? This part right here gets your, whatever you're cutting, really flush and flat. So that way, because these are too big, you're going to get like something sticking up. But these will cut these flush. I got these on Amazon. I don't know what they're called, but these are CHP 170. I don't know. But they're awesome. I love it. Okay, there we go. This kind of go on here like this. But I think what I want to do is spread that there. I'm going to have to do this while it lays down because I'm not going to be able to hold it. And so what you're going to need to do is when you get a crown, you can even make like, what you can do is you can get like a strip of ribbon, take some of those wildflowers, like some of these, and you can put it on the strip of ribbon and you can put the band right across there. That would be really pretty. But I'm all about the bling, as you'll know. So I am the bling queen. Thank you, Susan. So I'm going to put this on after the live one is done. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate the hair right here and right here, and I'm going to try to flatten this out even more so I can, all right, hold on. So this, let's see if I can get this off. I want to get this flat so I can glue it to her head. There we go. I'm going to need to... Oh! Projectiles should wear eyeglasses or some protective eye gear. This will be enough to where I can get it flat. This is just the band that they put the tiara on. Sorry. But once you take this off, you have to be really careful with the tiara because, oh, I don't even know where that went. My foot will find it, you watch. Okay, so now see how easy pliable this is? So now I can just lay it flat across her head. But you got to be really gentle with it because it will break. Okay, see how I got that so flat? So I'm going to put this on afterwards and it'll go right along here like this. So one thing you can do with a hair, just a little trick, like I said, you can, once you get it all the way you want it, take some strands like this, okay, just run it through your hand like this. Okay. You can take a brush too if you want to, but I've always just done it this way. And then you can take some hairspray. They do still make Aquanet. They do. I have some. I bought some at Walmart. So they make it. Oddly enough. Okay. So if it looks like it's starting to get a little frazzled right there, just take it in your hand like this and let it fall just like that. Okay. There you go. There she is. There she is. Miss America. What do you guys think? She's big. This is one that would go in probably a 26-inch box because I can lay it diagonal, because just of the wings. It may even need to be a bigger box. I don't know. Because you measure it. My lips are chapped. It's so dry out here. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Susan. Okay, so I measured from the top of that flower down to the bottom. And it's about 39 inches long. So it's going to need to go in a bigger box. And that's about 26 inches wide. Like I said, I don't always make big wreaths like this, but this is a big statement, and it's a wow statement, so I love it. I think she turned out pretty. But when I take pictures in the morning, I'll have her crown on. Now, one thing I would say with metal, hot glue does not stick to metal. So I use, where is it? I use this Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, the gel, and it works perfect. You just have to let it sit overnight. That's all. So that's probably what I'll do when I get done with that. I love her. Love her. Alright. She's done. She's done. Thank you, guys. I know I've had you on here for a while, but I hope you like it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.